Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea and I'm here with the fourth update for musical panning. This is a project that was created by Mari from Patriot Makeup and it's all about music. She's picked 3 songs from the 1940s up to the 2020s and created a prompt for each. And I'm doing it the way she's doing it. I'm going 1 song per decade, and then once I finish a prompt, I'll roll in the next song. She did give us the option to make prompts for our own songs. I'm going to do that once all of her original prompts are finished, which I don't even know what I was saying. I had to help Madeline with her iPad. So I think I was saying something about I'm doing really well on like the prompts for the older songs, and then the prompts for the newer ones I'm not doing so hot. So it might be a little while before I'm able to roll like any of my own songs in. But so for the 1940s, I'm working on Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Judy Garland, A Colorful Item. This is the last song that I need to work through in the 40s. I brought in my Soap Distillery Rainbow Soap Bar. I just have the box because the actual bar is up in my shower and I just didn't feel like bringing it down or taking a picture of it because that's kind of weird. But I probably have used up about half of it, so I think this will be gone next month. I like it a lot, and I have a feeling I am going to be interrupted by Madeline a lot while I try to film this video. So as I was saying, this was their limited edition Pride soap for last year, so it was the rainbow flag colors, so that's why I chose it for this prompt. And as I said, I probably have about another month's use on it, and then that will be done. For the 1950s, the prompt I was working on was Blue Suede Shoes by Elvis, and that is, of course, a blue item. So I had my ColourPop Creme Gel Liner in DTLA in for 15 uses, which I had 8 uses on it, and I needed 7 more, and so I got to the 7. This, I don't know, I'm just rolling it up just because that's how much I have left. So I don't have a ton of this left. Maybe I'm going to keep this in my back pocket for a different project because I really would like to finish it. This is pretty old, but that is rolling out and I'm going to do all my roll-ins at the end. So that is it for the 50s. For the 60s, I was working on Bad Moon Rising by Creedence Clearwater Revival, a nighttime item. And I had my Fleur & Bee Eyes Eyes Baby Eye Cream. I used this 22 more times. I used this a total of 144 times in this project because I was already using it before and it is empty. I didn't really notice that it did anything. I have pretty sensitive under eyes and it didn't do it all the time, but there were definitely times when I would use that and it would like sting, especially maybe more towards like the outer portion. So that's definitely not something that I would repurchase again. I am glad that it is gone. The 1970s, I was working on the prompt Wild World by Cat Stevens, an item that makes you step out of your comfort zone. I had this Copacetic Cosmetics gloss in Cragdrock Castle because it's a very grayed out, it's got like a very gray base to it, which is not really, like you can see here it looks like if it was just that color that'd be fine, but you can see like the really sheared out kind of like black gray base. I don't really like that. So I had a 10 use item on that and I had 7 uses on it and I used it the 3 more times. So that one is done. Next for the 80s, Pride and Joy, Stevie Ray Vaughan, a product you're proud of. This is a tiny, oh my gosh, the magnet in here is so strong. I have this tiny sample of the Balm Blush. I think this is the shade In Full Swing. I depotted it, so I don't know. I have this in because this is the very first blush that I hit pan on, and it took me a long time, even though this is a very tiny pan, and I want to finish it. So I keep covering up my page with all my marks. I've used this 6 times before this update. I used it 3 more times, including today. So this is where we're at. Once, like, if I just could start using this a little more consistently, I don't think it would take that long to finish, but I'm working on a bunch of blushes, and I have 2 blushes in Throwback 30 that ends in July that I need to focus on. So those are kind of pushing this one out of the way, but that project ends in July. This one is ending like January 2nd or 3rd of next year. So I still have plenty of time to finish that blush. I'm not super worried about it. For the 90s, I'm working on Friday I'm in Love by The Cure, an item you have a love-hate relationship with. And for me, I mean, that could be a bunch of things, but for me, it's definitely liquid eyeshadows because I love them because they're so flippin' beautiful, but I hate them because I always forget to use them, and some of them can be really finicky. So I have this liquid eyeshadow from the brand Eloise in the shade Pure Gold, and my goal is to use this 10 times. I had 2 uses on it as of last month, and I've got 3 more as of today, so I still have 5 uses left. I do have this on, although I don't know if you'll really be able to tell. You can kind of like see that strip of shimmer right there. That's what this is. So I have 5 more uses. I am going to do my best to get that out for next month because me and liquid eyeshadows just don't really go well together. Now for the 2000s, So Fresh, So Clean by Outkast, an item that makes you feel put together. That's always my brows. This item is not technically done, but I have like 2 more uses on it. So I'm calling it done for purposes of this project. I'm still going to get the 2 uses on it, but I'm working on my New York Color Browser Brush On Brow Kit. I have to be careful with this because I have like the tiniest bit of crushed up powder right in that corner, and like that's all I've got left. So I feel okay with calling this prompt finished for this project. It's basically like a brown eyeshadow. I'm just going to use brown eyeshadows from now on. That's the only brow powder I had in my collection, and after like 2 more days when it is done, I don't think I will ever buy a brow powder again because holy hell, that took a long time for me to get through because I already had major pan in it when I brought it into this project. I'm pretty sure I had more than half of it done already, and that took me forever. And I have so many brown eyeshadows that I could use as brow powder instead, so that's just what I'm going to do. So that prompt is also finished. For the 2010s, I was working on Genius by LSD, Sia, Diplo, and Labyrinth, an item you think is genius. And like I said, I don't know that I think it's quote-unquote genius. I thought it was kind of cool. And again, this is in my shower, so I'm not bringing it down. But this is the Spongel Apple Blossom Multi-Use Body Wash Infused Buffer. This and the soap, I'm not really counting uses on them because I just don't want to be bothered. So I've obviously had this had this in my shower for a month since last update. I don't use it every time I shower, and so I don't always use it over all of my body every time I do use it. So I can tell, because it was a flower shaped, I can tell like the petals, there's no more of the gel like infused into the petals, but I can tell there's still some like in the core of the flower buffer, so it's not done quite yet, but I think it will be done for next month. Then for the 2020s, Pac-Man the Gorillas, an item you can't get enough of. That is my Clionadh Multichromes. And once again, I only wore 3 this month. So I wore, let's see, which one is glazed? Okay. And I'll have photos of the other 2 looks, but I wore glazed. Actually, this is the shadow I had all over my lid in my latest That's Expensive update. So I wore that one. Emboss is like this kind of like orangey corally one. I wore this one yesterday, so I'll have those looks up. And then today I'm wearing Sunbeam, so I've got that like in mainly the inner kind of half of my eye. It's showing up very gold, but there's definitely some pink in it. So with that, I've used 11 out of the 18, so I've got 7 more to go. So I think that this prompt will be done in 2 months because I'm averaging. I've got usually 3. There was 1 month I did 2. So if I do 3 1 month and 4 the next month, then I should be able to roll this prompt out. And like, I'm okay with it taking a while because I really love these shadows. And as I said, when I use them, I want them to be, like I said, when I use them, I only want to use 1 per look, just so that it doesn't like take a focus away from the one shade I'm using, or I don't know. I mean, that's just the way I wanted to do it. Okay, so I've got 7 more of those to go. So now for the things that I'm rolling in. For the 1950s, this is the last song of the decade for me to work on. It is Sleepwalk by Santo and Johnny, an item you put on before bed. And this one was a little tough because pretty much everything in my nighttime skincare routine is already in a project, except for this one thing. So this is something that I had in for just like a 10 or 15 use goal, and that's expensive a few months ago. This is the Herbivore Prism 12% AHA and 3% BHA exfoliating glow serum. So I use this maybe every other night, every 2 nights. I don't use this every single night. And it's going to be hard because of the bottle, but I'm like down here. I'm going to set a goal of 30 uses for this, which will still take me a couple of months, but it's just going to, if I put it in here to finish, I'm not going to finish it in this project because like, look at how much is in here. And I only use three little drops. So I'm going to do 30 uses on this. So even though it's got the AHA and the BHA and it's an exfoliating serum, like it's not too harsh on my face at all, and it doesn't like bother my skin at all, and I enjoy it. I don't know that I would ever buy this. This came in my lucky bag this year, but it's nice to try out. I mean, I have been enjoying it when I'm using it. So 30 uses on that one. Then for the 1960s, I'm going to work on Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding, an item that makes you feel chill. Once again, for the 1960s, I am going to work on Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding, an item that makes you feel chill. I don't particularly partake in either of these things, but I know people use them to chill out. And no, it's not marijuana. But this is a little soap sample from Soap Distillery, and this is in the scent Beer and Cig, which actually does not smell as bad as I thought it was going to. Based on the name, but it has also been sitting underneath my sink for quite a while. It just has kind of like a manly scent. I don't know. So I figure I don't know. Nothing really makes me feel chill. I'm a very high-strung, anxious person. So I don't know that soap necessarily makes me feel chill. I mean, I do like taking a shower does like kind of relax me, but I don't drink beer because I think it tastes gross. I don't smoke. So the beer and the cig part, it's like, I know it will chill other people out, so I'm taking a little creative freedom with this one. You're just going to have to indulge me, but this is just a little thing, so I think this will be done within a month. Then for the 1970s, this is also the last song for this decade. It is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, an item that makes you feel good. And I really enjoy a nice orange lip. Like, that makes me feel good. So I have this Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipstick in the shade Tiger Teeny. This is something that my sister got me, actually. This is a very bright, fiery orange with a little bit of red to it, but whoops, I'm rolling that up the wrong way. I would like to use this 10 times. This is, I mean, it's not exact to what I'm wearing. Like this has more red, but this is like the kind of tone and like shade that I really like wearing and I think looks really good on me. So I'm going to bring this in for 10 uses. And then for the 2000s, the last prompt that I'm going to bring in, I am going to work on Be Yourself by Audioslave. An item that makes you feel or look natural. And oh my gosh, that song just takes me back to like freshman year of college. I'm going to bring in a concealer for this prompt because like, not that I do it because I like to put like a full face of makeup on every day, but a lot of times when people want to do just like that no makeup look, they'll just like spot conceal very lightly and stuff. So I'm bringing in a concealer. This is my Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C6. This is unopened, but it is old and you can see the product is like, I don't know if it's drying out, separating, what. So I'm not sure if this is something that will get decluttered. If it does, I will bring in another newer concealer. But for now, this is what I'm going to bring in for this prompt, and I'm just gonna finish it because it's a concealer and I'm almost done with the one I'm using now, so I need to bring one in anyway. So that is it for my update. I hope I can edit it coherently, but like Maddie was having problems coloring on her iPad every 5 seconds and I had to get up and help her, so there's that. But anyway, this is a really fun project and I hope that Mari will bring it back next year with some new songs because she just, if you watch her updates, she just has a ton of music knowledge and I know she's got some more gems hidden away up there that she can make prompts out of. So I hope you go check out her channel. I will of course have her link down below. I know there's a bunch of other people doing this because it is so fun. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are staying safe and sane and healthy, having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.